Welcome back to RGR Football. I'm Ryan. This is me going rogue on the Kansas City Chiefs and the NFL. And today's a fun one. This is the last video of 2020, and I'm glad that it's come to a stop. And we might as well end on a fitting note, one that we've been following for quite a while, and that is the developing story of Willie Gay. This is going to be the third installment of film from this season on Willie, just to show you the development of where he's coming, where he's going, quite frankly. As they wrap up the season, he will be on the field quite a bit in Week 17, and then his role in the postseason is going to be the question mark. If you're new to the channel, make sure you sub right now. Click that sub, the like, as well as the bell notification so you know when something new comes out. Because we're always doing film, game plans, Q&As, live streams post-game. We have it all, and I hope that you guys will consider joining, being a subscriber, and getting into the conversation as we get ready for the postseason run for these Kansas City Chiefs, which really nails down the culmination of the season to this point that has been very, very strange. I want to get started today. This is going to be a quick one because a lot of it, quite frankly, is things that you've seen before from Willie Gay, but they're getting faster. They're getting more easily recognizable. He's having to think less, and that's what we want to see in the progression. And this play in particular is a play that I think really shows his progression in particular because he's been in this base defense quite a bit this season. And this is a configuration of a three linebacker set, the base configuration. They do have a strange split out here with a tight end as well as the single on this side. And Willie's lined up right out here at his kind of outside backer spot where we've seen him quite a bit over this season. And as they go in motion, you just want to keep an eye on what he's doing, what his responsibility is. He's keyed in, but he's looking into the backfield as well. And this just shows that he's able to recognize, and he sees, he turns away from the quarterback after about the second drop when he sees that the quarterback has opened his shoulders away from the tailback, meaning that it's going to be hard to make a handoff there. Willie's now focused in on his pass responsibility, which is the fullback. He takes a quick look back to make sure that the ball hasn't gone away from him, which in that case is perfectly fine, but he does see that the ball's about to be delivered. And right here, he's got about, maybe 5.5 yards of separation. He's running right down the line of scrimmage here, or the line of gain, actually. And the fullback's about 4 yards behind him with a pretty good lead. But watch as he turns on the accelerator. And bam, he's down the line, attacking, breaks down, does make a good arm tackle, and that's pretty solid in the open field from a rookie. That's really what you want to see as you see them develop and go through. And in real time, it looks even more impressive, to tell you the truth. He widens here, and bam, he's off, sees it, and he's gone. Now, could he have recognized that a little bit earlier? Maybe. We'll see. And then this next play, this is where we start to see the evolution. And I wanted to put these in a specific order. This is not in-game order, but this is to show that now Willie's got a different responsibility, because here you see 1, 2, 3, 4 down linemen in the front. You see split safeties up top with 3 defensive back, which means he is now in the big nickel. This is a 2 linebacker nickel, what I usually refer to as the big nickel. I'm not sure what the Chiefs call it. This could be their Buffalo nickel. It depends on the tackles up front, but I would assume that that's what it is. And again, he's in his stance, watching, making sure he's reading his keys and following the tailback. Comes off of a little block that the linemen were trying to get to him and makes the play. This is a nice recognition and attack downhill. And attack is really the key that I want you to see here, because that's where it comes in, his athleticism. Now, he gets in a nice low stance. That's a good start. But you see, as the linemen are coming down, Dan is slanting in, and the blockers are going with him. Now, he's got a tight end pulling this direction, and you can see right here, they're trying to double Mike Pennell, and this guard's trying to come off on Willie. Willie recognizes that. Now, partially because Dan has crashed, he kind of carries into the guard, but Willie recognizes the guard's attempt to get to him, fends him off with one arm, and is right there in the hole where he's supposed to be to make that tackle. And this actually went for a little bit of a loss, so good for him. This is what you want to see. This next play picks up on that same kind of theme. Again, they are in 4 down linemen with DBs and a 2 linebacker set. This is Willie over here reading. The offense has this kind of wing H-back type position, tight end here with a full backfield. And that's what they're looking for. He's reading. He starts to attack outside, realizes that it's not his pass responsibility that might get the ball. He was watching that particular catcher, and he underslips it in order to come downhill and attack the ball carrier again. for a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, forcing him outside. Now, that's a wide receiver, so you can't think that they were going to make too much of a charge right away to try to come attack him or anything like that. But again, in real time, we see that it's a nice maneuver in that he recognizes he's with his responsibility here, making sure he's got eyes on. And as it comes around, he's got his head back into the backfield, watching what's next. There's probably a call at this point that we will never hear on the coach's film of the jet or the reverse, whatever. And at this point, the play's designed to go all the way around Willie, and this fullback is trying to come back in and make a block here. Willie undercuts it, good separation, and just accelerates here. This is what he's here for. This play is another one that really stands out because it is, again, the maturation of Willie Gay in this defense. This shows, again, his athleticism. That's why he's here. Like we saw in the last play, his acceleration is really what makes the key for a guy at linebacker size to be able to accelerate like a safety. This is how he makes plays. Again, they are in the big nickel. This is Neiman with him with a four-man front. But because of the formation, because we have standard here with the tight end out here, he's actually going to walk down because you have center, guard, tackle, tight end. That gives him the edge. And so this is a bit more of a flex like we used to see Reggie Ragland do. We've seen Damian Wilson do it this season as well. But now he's in a position that he hasn't been playing that often. They run the motion to bring another blocker inside, and that kind of causes a little bit of confusion. He and Travarius Ward have to get it straightened out here. But in the end, they do. And then he gets to the point where he can just be him. This is an interesting play because they choose not to block him, and so he comes straight down the line of scrimmage and makes that tackle. Technically, I think this should have been a tackle for loss, but they called it a zero gain that they got him right at the line of scrimmage. In real time, this is what stands out as another athletic play. Get yourself straightened out right here. Now he's lined up. You have now double tight ends, one in the H behind the line of scrimmage, in a great spot to make this particular push. I can understand where they were trying to go, but the fact that they neglected to block Willie was the demise of this play. Watch him come off here and just chase the back down, and bam, that's impressive. That's what you want from a blitzing outside linebacker. Now we'll finish up with a play that I don't want to come off as it's all roses for Willie Gay because he does have a ways to go on some things, and this play is evidence of it. This is, again, where he's in there with Neiman and does attack his role, but doesn't complete the play, doesn't play with the ferocity that he needs to. And again, this is about being a rookie and being a little bit not 100% sure of what you're supposed to be doing. That's the way that it goes in these kind of situations. I want to flip it over here to this view so you can see what's going on. This is another double tight end, and the Chiefs have done something a little bit unique given the game flow and where they're at with the double tight end and the fullback in the backfield. What they've done is take their four-man and add another defender. So this is a 5 D-line front, 2 backers. And that does create some backside exposure here. If he gets fullback and running back this size, he's responsible for this gap. There could be a slant coming on, but Frank's got the outside you can see over here, and that's important because he's got to attack downhill and try to stop that run from getting going if it is a run. And that's where things go a little bit haywire because he sees what he needs to see, and his reaction is good. He comes downhill, he sees the fullback coming out, and he sideslips him. Now, had the fullback tried to engage, he would have known that he had just stand him up, but we've seen him do that effectively. Here's where things got a little off. He can now see the back coming down. He can see the quarterback still has the ball as well. So instead of attacking and actually making contact, because here at the line of scrimmage, he can knock this running back clean off his feet and disrupt that route if he wants to. He doesn't. He gets a little bit back and forth between looking at the quarterback, and he actually lets the back get out without much contact at all, and that's where the ball goes. He cost himself the ability to make this play. And again, it's just about the fact that he's a rookie, and that does sometimes happen. When you see it again, had he been able to just put his shoulder into him and just to knock him off stride, that would have negated the entire play, and that's something he will learn from and he will take to the next level, whether it's this week, the postseason, or certainly in the offseason. A lot of good things coming for Willie Gay, and I think that this is how you can see his progression on film, and we will see even more of it as the years go by, and the offseason in particular. I hope that he gets to play in the offseason, the postseason a little bit more, but we'll just have to see. that's it for me today. Another check-in on Willie Gay, and I think he put together a really nice game. He led the team in tackles this particular time, so we had to kind of spotlight him here. So I hope that you guys are pumped about him as I am, and thank you for being somebody that comes and checks out these films to see the progression of these rookies. If you are not subbed, this is the great time to do it. Click that sub and the like and the bell notification and get that all done. At this point, I just want to say thank you for a 2020 that has seen this channel grow. My staff has grown. I'm really excited about the future, and we're going to have great content coming for you all year long, including the draft and everything else. So prepare for the postseason run. Thanks for watching today. We'll check you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more, and subscribe to RGR Football.